Hello and welcome to How to Play Chess, presented by GatherTogetherGames.com. This video will cover how to play the board game chess. The video will start with the general concepts and gameplay, and then get into more of the details for the game. Chess is played with two players sitting across from each other. The board is positioned with the light-colored square in the bottom right corner. Your second row is filled with pawns. Starting from the left corner, your first row is set up as rook, knight, bishop, queen, king, bishop, knight, rook. The black pieces should mirror the white pieces so that each player's queen and king are across from each other. The object of the game is to capture your opponent's king. This is done through the movement of your pieces. Different pieces move in different ways. The king can move one square in any direction. The queen can move any direction and any number of squares. The bishops can move diagonally any number of squares. The knights move in an L shape, two squares up, back, or side to side, then one square perpendicular to the first move, or vice versa, moving one square, then two squares. The knight is the only piece that can move over other pieces. The rooks can move forwards, backwards, and side to side any number of squares. The pawns can move one square forward, with the exception of a pawn's first move, which can be moved one or two squares forward. A quick guide for these moves can be found on our website through the link in this video's description. When a piece makes a move that ends on an opponent's piece, that piece is captured and removed from the board. The pawns cannot capture a piece that is right in front of it. The pawns can capture a piece that is diagonally in front of them. This diagonal move by a pawn can only be made when capturing a piece. The game begins with the white pieces going first. Each player can make one move per turn. Players take turns making moves with the goal of capturing the opposing king in mind. Skipping ahead, when a move is made that results in the opposing king being able to be captured on the next move, check is announced. For example, white would announce check after moving his knight, as it can capture the king on the next move. When check is announced, the opposing player must take the king out of danger by either moving the king, moving another piece to block it, or capture the piece that is threatening the king. Black moves his king out of check and play continues. When a move is made that a king cannot escape, checkmate is announced. When white moves his queen, the black king cannot make a move without getting captured. White wins this game. A king cannot make a move that would put itself into check. If no moves can be made without putting a king in check, the game is a draw. If a pawn makes it all the way across the board, it can be promoted to any piece. Here, it is promoted to a queen. When there are no other pieces between the king and a rook, the king can move two squares towards the rook, and the rook is moved to the other side of the king. This is known as castling. The castling move can only be made if it is the king's first move and the involved rook's first move. Also, the king cannot be in check or move through check to make this move. When a pawn moves two squares on its first move, an opposing pawn can capture it if it would have been able to capture the pawn had it only moved one square. This is known as en passant. The opposing piece would move as a normal attack and remove the pawn. The en passant attack has to be executed immediately after a pawn's double jump move. This wraps up how to play chess. As with most games, you will get better with practice, so don't be discouraged if it takes you a few games to catch up. Thanks for watching.